What's going on, everybody? Jeremy with Detroit Tech. And ever since getting my hands on the XtraFi M4, I've really been interested in finding the best mouse, for me, for FPS gaming. There's a lot really to consider there. You don't want something super heavy like the G502. You need good ergonomics as well, and you need it to fit into your budget. So looking around on Amazon, I came across the Rival 3 by Steelseries. And with the price as low as it was, we got it for like under $30. I thought it could be a great contender for the best gaming mouse on a budget. So let's check it out. Now, we did purchase this mouse with our own money. We'll put a link in the description below beneath the like button if you want to purchase one for yourself and help support the channel. Now, I know Steelseries has been around and producing good stuff for kind of a while now, but I've really only had experience with them pretty recently. We did a review of the Arctis 7 headset a little while ago. Of course, you can check that out over here. So I was obviously intrigued when seeing the Rival 3 and its price. I've liked the hardware they've been putting out, so I figured the quality probably be pretty decent. But with that price, what sort of concessions did they really have to make? Build quality is pretty darn good. Plastics feel quality, no creaking or rattling that I can find. Buttons are satisfyingly clicky, and for the most part, the scroll wheel has really good solid feedback with good detents as well. Where it seems like they may have made some concessions for the price is on the side buttons. Honestly, they feel a bit mushy. That may be just because they're very small, like narrow. It kind of feels like, maybe just pressing my skin before actually getting to the button. It's not bad, just a little bit mushy. You can listen here. The other place a concession has happened seems to be on the skates on the bottom. I mean, they're fine, don't get me wrong. They're just not super slick, but they do get the job done. They've got some little spots or recesses under, you can get some under there and really pry them off if you like to replace them. And there are screws hiding under there too if you need to take it apart. So I'll give them credit for that. The fit of the mouse is good for me with, hands small size and medium, I'd say. It is an ambidextrous design, so it doesn't quite fit as well as something with an ergo shape for me, like designed for just the right hand. But a lefty will be able to use this in a pinch. And I say a pinch because there's no back front, like back forward side buttons on the right side of it for a left-handed person. So you might miss out on those if you're a lefty. One place they definitely did not concede on is RGB. Well, I don't know, maybe a little. There's only three different RGB zones. It's like they don't even care. The RGB is nice and bright, and the software does give you good control of the LEDs. And in the software, of course, you have control of essentially every aspect of the mouse. You have up to 5 different DPI settings that you can set, ranging from 200 up to 8500. You can control the acceleration, the deceleration curves, which of course I didn't do anything with. Polling rate is controlled here as well. You can pull at 125, 250, 500, and 1000 hertz. Curiously, they added an angle snapping feature. I don't think I've ever seen this in like Logitech or something. So you crank this all the way up. The mouse will just like move in a straight line unless you like very purposely move it up, and then it'll like go up like this. So it doesn't let you do that. I don't know. It's weird to me. Let me know in the comments below if this is something you'd use. The only thing I can think of, like who would use this, is like you're designing or something, so you have to like draw a straight line, but they have tools for that. So I don't know. I don't know. As far as peripheral software, it's pretty normal. I wouldn't really call it like buggy exactly, but I did have to reboot my entire computer just to get it to recognize the mouse when I first plugged it in. And after dealing with IQ like a while ago, I'm always really, really leery about what effect the peripheral software has on my performance, or at least the performance of my PC. Of course, that's one of the reasons I got the 3950X. So if you're interested in seeing what peripheral software can do to the performance of your computer, get subscribed. We do have a video coming up about that. The big question I'm sure everybody's asking is, what sensor does it have? Because I'm going to be gaming. It needs to be awesome. Pixar and SteelSeries work together on this. They call it the TrueMove Core sensor. And I know people always want the big numbers, right? You want the highest DPI you can get, the biggest heal, or like the best execute crit you've ever gotten. But with the max of 8500 DPI, seems a little puny compared to like the 16K that you're seeing out there. And I mean, honestly though, if you're really using your mouse at 16K DPI, hit me up. I want to know, like, I want to see what you're doing and how you're doing it, because that's ridiculous. But in game, it performs pretty admirably, honestly. While the skates are, you know, they're not quite as slick as something like the Xtrfy M4, the mouse moves comfortably in the hand without feeling like I'm dragging it along. It's nice and light. It's not ultra light. Weighted on my scale at 82 grams. The literature says 77. So I'm sure that's because like some cable weight got on there or something like that. One of those concessions to the price we've been talking about, I'm assuming, is going to be that cable. It's not heavy, but it's not braided, kinks kind of easily, and the rubber feel to it, it gets a little bit sticky, so it can, I mean, not like actually sticky, but it'll kind of grip, you know, something you're dragging across. You want to make sure you either have a very clear space with nothing for the cable to grab onto, or a cable bunch, for sure. And I don't think the sensor disappoints either. It tracks well, gets where you need it to go. Controlling recoil in Modern Warfare was easy and intuitive. It didn't feel like I was fighting the mouse or really like had to think about what I was doing, which of course is what you're looking for in a mouse. It just kind of becomes part of your hand and you don't have to think about it. You probably notice I'm probably considered extraordinarily average at Modern Warfare while watching some of the footage, but the Rival 3 does help me get some of those twitch shots off. And it was fun to play with too. While I was testing, I never really dreaded having to, all right, let's grab this mouse, which I did with some of the other mice I've used. It's not perfect, of course. I don't know exactly what it is, but the sensor movement isn't, it just doesn't feel quite as smooth as the Xtrfy M4, which is my go-to FPS mouse right now. But that's also like, I don't know, about 3 times as expensive as the Rival 3, so take that for what you will. Overall, the Rival 3 by Steelseries it's a great mouse, especially if you don't want to spend tons of money. It's really easy, at least for me, to lose perspective when dealing with computer peripherals and stuff. You know, been using the G502 Lightspeed, kind of makes me forget that not all mice are $150 or should be $150. But when you're looking at a mouse that basically sits around the $30 mark and performs as well as the Rival 3 does, it really does make me happy. This is something that performs at a really high level and doesn't cut into your budget. So if you're looking for a well-performing, lightweight gaming mouse and don't feel like spending half a graphics card worth of money, you should check out the Rival 3. It won't make you a pro, but at least you'll be able to play. Thanks for watching, everybody. If this video was helpful, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Let us know in the comments below why anyone would be using a mouse actually at the 16K DPI, and we'll catch you in the next one.
And it goes like